Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Crypto CJ's Trade of the Day. Today is the Tuesday night panel discussion. Got Frankie from Phoenix. I haven't seen you since 1:30.
I know.
I live in Mesa, Arizona. Frankie and I had lunch today. Good times there. And then we've got Connie from Kansas. Our good buddy Ricky from Florida can't make it tonight, so it's probably just us three. If anyone else wants to join, feel free to do that. Frankie, you started with a question about the altcoins against Bitcoin. Why don't you go ahead and get back to that?
Yeah, this morning I woke up and we had a conversation earlier. I seem to follow the spot price, the total available, how much I have in my account. So I look at that. I look at that quite regularly. I see where I'm at. Well, this morning it was really low, so I went to my altcoins, and each one of my altcoins, each have gone down. But at the same time, I'm paper trading Bitcoin up. And over the past 7 days, 6 of those days I was successful on. But today, the Bitcoin went up, but all the altcoins went down. And I mean, they went down pretty considerably.
Yeah, it did seem disproportionate. I mean, we talked before about how a Bitcoin, spike up will pull money out of the altcoins and into Bitcoin. But this didn't seem like a big spike to me. What do you think, Connie?
I agree. First of all, it's a resistance. These are some lines that we have to go over in order to get back our retracement.
Yeah, along those lines, I drew this, if you look on the screen, this yellow and black box. It's sort of a hole in the volume that I've seen. So
right.
Yeah, go ahead, Connie.
And so right now, they basically said from the people that I interact with that Ethereum has to get to 400 before the altcoins start back into a bull environment. And so with Ethereum needing to be at 400, along with us getting some strength back to where Bitcoin's actually going to go, there's some serious discussions, and you hear and I'm going to say differing of opinions on what we're actually experiencing. I would say the consensus that I hear is that they're expecting that Bitcoin will still retrace and retest some of the lower numbers, below 9,000 as low as even into 8,100, which would be a Fibonacci number for 2020. If anybody's run a Fibonacci for the year, that would give us our 618 for 2020. So, that's pretty interesting, right? I don't know if anybody's correlated the 8,100 to that level, but that's what it is. And so if you look at what's going on to the marketplace, the BitBoy, who I like a lot, he basically said, what we're really seeing is that we're still seeing a fairly normal environment where we were from the halving to where we are now. It's nothing that we're going to be panicking over. It's just that there are certain things that you do experience in the actual, I'm going to say, day-to-day and the activity of being in the crypto market. So that being said, we need to be appropriately making some strategies of when you also are holding your money on the sideline and not having the exuberance or necessary psychic saying, oh, I have to be trading, and then set yourself up for a loss.
Yeah, I agree. And I think you're talking about the Token Metrics call on Sunday night, and I know BitBoy was part of that, and some other experts.
Well, actually, BitBoy has had a couple of videos that he's posted in his channel.
Okay.
And had one specifically, and he went in, and it's a very well done video, and it takes it from the halving of 2016 and the experience of where it had in its corrections as it was going to, and made this momentous price mechanism up to 2017. So, what was that journey on the way up? Well, there were corrections. And what he was saying is right now, we are at 11% above the halving. So that being said, we are in line, even though we're seeing some correction. And so if you look at this environment year to date, where it's not a bad number,
Mm-hmm.
And it's something, but we're so used to wanting to see some real significant ones that's giving us big profits that we lose perspective of what the market's really offering us.
Yeah, and I had the Token Metrics Bitcoin prediction up here on my screen. You guys see that okay? Connie, you're used to this, but Frankie, you probably aren't. This is a service that we subscribe to, and this is Bitcoin and a prediction. So the red is the actual price, and the dotted blue is a predicted price, right? So as you can see, Token Metrics thinks, we're heading for a down trend here, probably down to about 8,200 for Bitcoin. And we also got the CryptNation email today talking about a bear trap, and bear traps on the way. And they define a bear trap as 20 to 40% correction.
Ooh.
I thought those two were contradictory, but I'm starting to think there's some overlap here. If they're calling a bear trap a 40% drop, that would essentially cover the 12,000 drop down to 8,000 the Bitcoin might have. That's how I was looking at it about a half an hour ago, thinking, okay, I thought these two were disagreeing, but maybe they're not. Does that make sense?
Well, he's also talking about correction. In other words, like Adam is in a correction right now. And so here you have one that is an excellent project with Cosmos. And it had the exuberance of the price. It was priced way above any expectation. And so now it's coming back to whether they consider more of a fair market value. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make it right or wrong, but that's what we're experiencing, right? So that is retesting for ATOM. And so where you come into the bear trap is the fact that you start seeing volume, and that volume is sell volume. But as that sell volume really starts picking up, are people going to start then wanting to pick in and get into this, and then it pushes the price up, and that's your bear trap, right?
Yeah. So that's what I've been trying to figure out, is how best to approach this. If the Token Metrics people are 80 to 90% right, and CryptNation has some overlap in what they're calling a bear trap, what's the best way to approach the next month? Do we sit on the sidelines and wait, or we've got the bear and the down coins on FTX and Binance? So
yeah, right. With the correction like 40%, man, some people could really lose big time.
And they do. I mean, that is the nature of the market. And I think that's the fundamentals, that most people are in FOMO. They're not strategic. The best thing is that you do is you sell and people, you sell when people are buying, and then you buy when people are selling. And so that's where the people who are real strong professionals, they do the reverse role. And so there they get the money. You talk to BitBoy, he already sold out a month ago. And he's singing his way to the bank, where the rest of us are like, okay. But we did have the information. And as I was sharing with CJ, we do have the information. We've had various conversations and narratives that said, we see this market softening. And this exuberance that the DeFi market created was that DeFi market, which also brought Ethereum, because Ethereum is a platform that DeFi works off of, right? And now that this lending is out there and this borrowing appetite is out there, it drove a market appetite that was greater than any expectation.
Right. We had the information in towards the late August here that Token Metrics thought this was going to drop, and you and I spoke recently. I was mad at Token Metrics. It's like, man, what do I trade? Come on, I'm a day trader. Help me out here. So
I'd like to see it do the opposite, but they're the professionals. They know what's going on.
Yeah, and this is an algorithm too, and so.
Go up and show him their statistics on their accuracy for Bitcoin predictions for their price. Look at those numbers. What, 97%?
Well, let me
August,
get
94% in
July.
July.
Get rid of the photos. Okay, so let's see.
It's huge. I mean, to be able to be that close in their AI, honest to goodness, is.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Holy smokes.
Yeah, they're in the 90s consistently.
I have to take that seriously
Hmm.
when somebody is just on point like that. And the good news about Bitcoin is that it's such a seasoned coin to the marketplace that there's a lot of data that they can gather to get those statistics and improve the accuracy, right?
Right, and you and I, and what were you were saying something about September and October being tough months for Bitcoin anyway, right, Connie?
Well, September has traditionally, and this came from BitBoy,
Okay.
along with Coach K, is that September across the board has been the least performing month for cryptocurrency. So that being said, that we don't take it personally and like if we've done something wrong. It's just that we're unfamiliar with that kind of a market environment for this month. You know,
Sure, the
we're
market
thinking like,
flow.
oh my gosh, you know, kids are back in school and things are starting to pick up. You know, there should be some momentum. And now the other thing that was brought up is we are also an election year, so that this carryover will probably continue into October. And what BitBoy did in that video, which I will post, he also said that he sees a spike in November in Bitcoin to perhaps get to 18 to 19,000 and then do a 50 to 60% drop before it absolutely shoots to the moon by the Christmas time.
Really?
So
Whoa.
that was, yeah, I mean, shoot to the moon by Christmas time. So he's saying we're going to have a Christmas present like none other. So, but in the meantime, we've got to know how to play our hand, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's really what, you know, I wanted the focus of our conversation to be tonight. You know, and then I know personally I've got, you know, 20 some positions open, and when I went through Token Metrics on their price predictions, like we can use ADA for example.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm upside down on that one as well. And yet Jeremy says, you know, ADA and XRP, we should, you know, in November see some good numbers too.
You know, even Token Metrics is technical as they are, you know, 90% isn't 100%. You know, there's a 10% chance they're wrong, and you know, it shoots to the moon tomorrow. So, you know, there's that. But
Now, the thing that you need to go to is see how close their numbers are in alignment to, in other words, if you go see their graph on the pricing prediction, CJ, go look and see how that's tracking. I mean, that's, and the first thing that we have to realize is that the Shelley project hasn't done what I thought it was going to do. I really thought that was going to keep the price up, and I really read that wrong.
Yeah, that pumped it up here and
did pump it up.
And then.
But look at how it's softened. You know, that was an expectation. And then they do their pricing every day. You know, every day that those price predictions are updated. So it isn't like they put it out there for 30 days and then, you know, then it's updated, you know, monthly. That's not correct. It's every 24 hours. It's updated with the market activity for the day.
You know, they've got this going down to, you know, below 9 cents by the end of the month. And then they're, you know, they've in the 80s and 90s here on ADA. So less, you know, less accurate than Bitcoin, but still pretty accurate.
Do they do this for each coin?
Yeah.
Oh, deep dive. Oh my gosh. I mean, the analytics, the fundamentals. And CJ and I had joined early on when they had a wonderful promotion. And we got in where they had a 14-day trial and for free. And then
what do they charge a month? What do they charge for
I don't know what they're doing right now because we got a discount of 50% for lifetime.
Okay.
Yeah, we paid plus an annual. You know, we had to pay for the whole year, and it was.
It was $600 for the whole year, which is $50 a month compared to iCoin Pro. You know, at $100.
Right. So, you know, I think both have value, but there's a lot more information here on Token Metrics, where I'd say iCoin Pro is more focused on trading strategies, but.
They're two different mediums as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, there's,
so
I wouldn't say much overlap.
Both. Are you both in iCoin Pro and Metric?
I am.
I'm in Token Metrics. I don't know if Connie's in iCoin Pro. Are you still in that?
Yeah, I joined for, I'm in it now. I'm testing the market to see if that's a tool that I'm going to use or not.
Okay.
Gotcha. And CJ, are you an iCoin Pro?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, and I've looked at the, you know, the Trade Finder and Buddy Coin Crawler, and, you know, with all the things that I do, I'm just, I don't know. I'm reviewing all their videos, their training
Okay.
videos, just to freshen up to see. And that was one suggestion with Lee and Lily. You know, just keep going over and over. Just keep it top of mind.
Yeah, it's my plan to review all those iCoin Pro strategies. I'm a little rusty. You know, I've just focused on the Buddy Coin Crawler and really less on the specific strategies they use. They're very conservative, but you know, if you follow what they do, it's, you know,
Well,
your
in this
odds of
environment,
losing money are minimal. So, but yeah, we're gonna have to alter, you know, what we're doing, I think, for the next 4 to 6 weeks
Definitely.
to have profitable trades. So,
well, we've got to get through elections. You know, and
mhm.
that's November 3rd. So, you know, and then the market's going to react one way or another anyway. And we're going to have to see how COVID takes us into the flu season this fall, right?
Mhm.
So there's just a lot of things that are going on. This is an unprecedented year globally.
Yeah.
Very unpredictable.
I did buy Sushi Bear and
You did.
What's
I think
Sushi Bear?
Link Bear on the FTX platform. So those are kind of like the down coins you and I were looking at earlier.
Yep. You're doing it
Um,
with Link.
right, and I'm doing with Link and Sushi, and both are up now. But had I bought them this morning when I was originally intending, I would be way up. But morning got away from me, and I didn't get to it. So anyway, so those are a couple things I'm doing in anticipation of this drop.
Well, I think the thing with Sushi is the fact that as Ethereum deteriorates, so will Sushi.
Right. I was going to do ETH Bear, but I thought this one would go down worse. So.
Well, you'll probably have more leverage.
Right.
Is that what you're looking for?
Right. And just looking at the history of this particular bear coin, it's it can be really profitable. We'll see. So that's one strategy I'm doing, a small amount of my balance in bear and maybe some down coins on Binance as well. I'm probably going to sell some coins for a loss.
Let me ask you a question, CJ. When you say a small balance, what are you throwing, like 500 into it?
Well, yeah, I have to go into detail about you know, what my trading balance is, and I'm going to post this video on YouTube, so I'm not sure how much of that I want out there. But I'm probably being presumptuous, but not that many people are going to see this. But to answer your question, yeah, 500 for me is I don't know, like one, not 1%, but you know, something like that. So okay. So, and then I'm probably going to sell some coins that really look hopeless to create some cash to be ready for what looks like to be even if it's only a bear trap's still a 20% drop, and if BTC drops that much more, it's already dropped. It dropped 18% in September, went up a little bit, and
well, I mean, some of these coins were close to 20% just today. Oh,
right. Well, yeah, you beat me to it. I mean, if you know, if Bitcoin's down 20%, then the altcoins we like are going to be 50 to 60, and so there can be buying opportunities all over. And
well, we haven't recovered from the drop of the first of the month.
that's right.
You know, so it's just going to be like a double. Well, it reminds me of that Matic, where, you know, the bottom just fell out. And going, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm down 80%.
Yeah, Connie's talking about December drop in the coin Matic, which we were all trading early in my career. I'd only been trading a couple months at that point. That was my first, oh my God, a drop.
That was an absolute pump and moment.
Yeah, during my dinner hour, my Matic position got 60% wiped out.
Oh
I haven't had an alert go off. I'm like, oh, I'll check it later. Never do that again. So anyway.
And that was before the OCO.
Yeah, I don't think they had them then, and if they did, I probably wouldn't have known how to use it. But
yeah, that would been true.
Yeah.
What we learn along the way, it's great.
Indeed. Well, do you guys have any more suggestions on what to do with this, with this potential Bitcoin bear trap / correction coming up?
Well, I think for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell my positions to get cash flow going and not buy in right away. I'm gonna take the information that we found tonight, and I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna buy some one percenters along the way. But I've always been bad about thinking that this is a great deal right now and I gotta buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But the deal gets better as I wait. I just need to employ some patience. I'm pretty I snap to it, and I think that's a wrong way to trade.
Yeah, that was my focus. I bought 2 coins today, hoping to just do your basic 1, 2, 3 dip. And here's IOST 1, 2, 3. Looks like I'm expecting it to pop up to that SMA line. It goes sideways and then drops again. So it's probably going to go through another dip sequence here. I think
That's just it. It just is terracing down.
yeah, ARPA, the same thing.
Yeah, I thought that's what would happen on ARPA.
Yeah, I bought this over here, and so I'll have a decision to make on whether to keep these or dump them. But
What's the volume on ARPA anyway?
it's around 2 or 3 million.
It's almost 4.
So it's not bad in that regard. But all right, well, Frankie,
Yes.
I wanted to give you a shout out for your lend trade. You got 20%.
Yeah, I bought it at 56 cents and I sold it at 70 cents.
Cool. And then if I recall, that was about like a week or 10 days ago.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What was how did you analyze that trade? How did you come to decide you wanted to trade that?
I wanted to pick up loan just to put it in my account and hold it. But what happened is that I just felt like I needed to start getting some money back. I was thinking I'll hold it until it goes to like $1. Well, I needed to sell it. And when I saw what I made on it, I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. I mean, it was $175. It was perfect.
Yeah, that's a really nice
Yeah.
nice gain for you. How did you come across the decision to buy Lend though? That's more what I was looking for. Did you do some analysis on iCoin Pro or?
I was doing iCoin Pro and I was looking at the Buddy Coin Crawler because that's really what I'm versed in.
Mm-hmm.
And it was showing the 30-day. I can't quite remember. My memory isn't so good, but I remember the 30-day. It showed like a 20-some% increase, like a return.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I'd like to get some of that. And Lend is a very strong coin. So I had bought it on the 9th of September. Well, I ended up selling it on the 14th, which is 6 days. I mean, that was pretty good, quick money.
Yeah.
And luckily I did sell because then it took a dump.
Yeah, it is going down.
Yeah, I had a trade in that early in the month too. I did pretty well, not that well, but Lend was strong there earlier in the month.
Because it basically had gone through, the correction of the downturn of the market. And then all of a sudden, once Lend gets to, over 5, it takes on life again.
Mm-hmm.
And so the market really started picking up on it. Plus, the one thing you have to remember is that Aave is #1 on DeFi Pulse.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really taking a significant position in its market cap. And so I would say that's a coin I would watch getting in and out of successfully and setting my trading ranges that, as it's coming down, then I would certainly look at a re-entry point on that one. I would not be afraid to be in just because of its position in the DeFi world.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a good call, Connie. I like it if it comes down here to my blue zone and my fib retracement for my 4-hour chart.
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely be
buying again.
I definitely will go back in. I mean, I sold my position too, and I did well with it.
I'm doing an alert as we speak. So, all right.
But what's really interesting is that CRV is #3 on DeFi Pulse, and is back.
I looked up CRV. I don't think Token Metrics liked it though. And a quick shout out to Ricky. Looks like he's joined us. Good to see you, buddy. You missed our Bitcoin discussion,
Analysis.
but it was pretty similar to what we talked about yesterday or day before. So
At least it doesn't have the word horrible.
yeah, it's just poor.
Yeah, it is just poor. It's negative.
Yeah.
Well, the new coins are really hard to get an overall good rating, but you can see, it's got some real strong fundamentals on that.
I know, but I want to show you something first before I forget. I wanted to show this tonight. This is one of my trades. I'm in Anchor.
Horrible.
So we'll go ahead and let you finish your chat on Curve.
Could you happen just to pull up and go say DeFiPulse.com
Yeah.
so you can see what we're talking about?
What is
Especially if you're interested. DeFi Pulse. There it is.
Yeah, I look at this probably about every other
It
day.
has all the rankings on the DeFi coins,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're interested in, and there's Lynn, there's Aave.
Mm-hmm.
It's number one, and look at its market cap. It's leading in the market cap. And Maker, and so Curve's number 3, and that's why I was getting pretty excited about CRV.
Mm-hmm.
And Uniswap's up there, Sushi, Swap Balancer.
I don't recall. Are Sushi and Sushi Swap different coins?
They are.
Okay.
And that's where you have to really be careful.
Yeah.
Cream, Pizza Mine was doing Cream when he was showing how to do yield.
Right.
But this is where you can get the information right there about the DeFi coins, guys.
Yeah.
Right on.
Okay.
Good to know.
So I marked that page, that site.
Okay. Anything else on DeFi?
Well, I mean, to me, if I'm going to go into the marketplace, I want to know where the action is, because it's not following Bitcoin, right? So
Not as much, and if there's a divergence, it's usually a DeFi coin that's doing that. So
DeFi follows the Ethereum block, right?
right.
Well,
We're
Ethereum
built on them, but
Bitcoin, but the thing of it is that the DeFi coins are built on the Ethereum platforms.
Gotcha.
So that's why they're saying that they would really like to see Ethereum go back above 400. And there's some real strong. In fact, the boys were even talking about Ethereum in their newsletter today, going back about 500. So it's just a waiting game, guys. It's just a waiting game.
all right. I've got a few more minutes for the recording. Frankie, do you want to? You guys, are you okay if we go over the OCO function on Binance?
Yes.
Okay. I've got Tron set up here. No, I'm not upgrading. Go away.
There was a lot of background noise on the video that I made today, so I quite didn't hear the specific. We have I talked to Ricky earlier, but we have 3 of the. Let me minimize this. Yeah, there. Okay, so you have 3. You got the first one is the price. Yes.
Right, and I brought up the Tron coin because you and I were talking about this today.
Right.
Right, but the first one is the price. Now, what you want to do here is put your goal for this coin where you want to exit. Obviously, you can cancel it and change it later if it's going up and you're live trading it if you're watching it.
Gotcha.
But like for now, Tron's at like 27 something, so you might put, or let's see, 0.0300 could be your
out price.
Your out price. I like to use 9s a lot, so if it were me, I'd probably put 29.95 or something like that.
Gotcha.
Just there's some psychological barrier sometimes, and I've seen these on resistance on charts as well. So now your stop, if I recall, you got this at around 0.024, so you are in profit at this point, and it's at 0.027 now. but let's say 0.0, would you accept, you know, say 2650?
Yes,
Would
because
that
I'm
be
in
a good? So we'll do that, would be your stop, and then your last line of defense, which, you know, the lowest you want.
Oh, so the third one is the lowest that you would take.
Right. You also need a little room for slippage, because if it spikes down hard, you may not get your initial stop price.
Gotcha.
So like maybe you even go to 2600. You know, and there you are. You've got your goal, which you're willing to accept. You do have to give the coin some room to move. And then, you know, your last line of defense, the lowest you would take. Of course, you can just play it safe and sell it now at 2701,
Right.
and not take this risk. But this isn't a huge risk, because it's only, you know, you're only allowing for about 50 basis points here too, before it's going to kick you out anyway. So it's you know, it's a tool that's available to us, and you can also use it as a, you know, for a stop limit when you initiate an order. Put your, you know, if you're not in profit, put it as a stop loss.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 5, 10, 15%, whatever you're comfortable with. So I've used it in that way too. So.
Right on.
All right. Any questions, Frankie, or anyone else?
No. Ricky, did you get that one? Because he was
Yep.
learning too.
Yeah, yep, I got that. I told you backwards, Frankie.
No, but that's all right. But now we know. So that's
Yep.
good.
All right. Okay.
So that's good. Thank you, CJ, for doing that.
You're welcome. Let's see, where are we? Back to Bitcoin. Ricky, you missed our Bitcoin discussion, but
Yeah,
the three of us have talked about it recently. So,
waiting game,
yeah.
pretty much. What's the
The
volume on
thing
it right
that
now?
I'm going to post the video that BitBoy put in his channel, and he's talking about that there will be a run. He's predicting a run in November up to 18 or 19,000, and then a drop back about 50 to 60% of that, and then a big boom to the moon by Christmas.
Yeah, I'll add that in the comments too,
So
to
anyway,
this YouTube upload. So
yeah, I'll send you the link to that one. But he's done but what he did, he took a 4-year period from the last 2016 halving to this halving this year, and the percentage of growth during that period of time. So there was 4 months. So he took it from July to November, and there was actually, you know, an 11% growth. So really 11% for the year is not a bad figure, right?
a lot of people will be lining up for those kind of returns. So.
Yeah, returns, right. So anyway, he really goes through the correction and the ups and downs and the movement of the marketplace, and it's done very, very in-depth understanding. So I will get you that information. I thought it was very helpful for him to really be pointed about what we were experiencing this year.
Yeah, and, you know, shout out to BitBoy. I did go through Coach K's money management video today. I found that helpful. I'm going to be implementing some of those techniques. Obviously, we've already talked about Token Metrics, iCoin Pro, and the boys. That's Connie's reference to Bryce and Aaron over at CryptNation. So these are all, you know, sources we use to try to make our lives easier in the crypto world and make good decisions. So I'm going to end the recording here, guys, but go ahead and stay on.